We are going to talk about keeping children safe in booster seats and beyond. Passenger safety is vital because crashes are a leading cause of death for children aged 1 to 13 in the U.S. In 2022, 756 children died in traffic crashes. Of those, 46% were unrestrained. We do not know if the other 54% were properly restrained or not. What we do know is that when drivers were unrestrained, 68% of children were also unrestrained. That means that most child passenger injuries and fatalities are preventable. Likely the most dangerous thing you do in your everyday life. Speeding, distracted driving, impaired driving, and vehicle sizes are all increasing in our communities, even if you drive safely. So encourage safe driving behaviors by displaying them yourself. Stay off your phone, don't drive distracted, and buckle up. Every trip, every time. Booster seats have labels that are standard throughout the industry. Always read and understand your seat's labels before use. The labels include height and weight limits, manufacture date, lower anchor and seatbelt routings, compliance with USA regulations, and some even include an expiration date. Please pause this video to check your car seat's labels. Car seats are legal for use in the U.S. Some are even unsafe or counterfeit imitations intended to mislead consumers. They often appear as a well-known brand, but with subpar materials that break during collisions and have no crash testing. Check your labels for the model name, model number, manufacture date, height and weight limits, warning labels, and other regulatory compliance indicators. Verify that your car seat has all essential parts, such as chest clip, 5-point harness, and noting the strap should be 1.5 inches. Verify that your car seat or base has attached lower anchors and a seatbelt routing. Examine the manual for detailed English instructions and no misspelled words. Make sure that your seat included a registration card for any potential recalls. System stands for lower anchors and tethers for children. Shown below are common lower anchors and the lower anchor attachment in your vehicle. Also shown is the top tether on a car seat and the top tether attachments in the car. Aftermarket products are any product that is sold separately from your car seat or booster seat. These include cushions, shoulder pads, headrests, pillows, and any other comfort device. Any of these items can change the fit, placement, and tightness of the harness, which can lead to injury or death. Toys and mirrors are potential choking and strangulation hazards. They also become projectiles during a collision. Be aware that there are no federal safety standards for aftermarket products. Thus, crash tested and 2 FMVSS standards are misleading. How do you know if the seatbelt is tight enough? There should be no slack over the chest, and the lap belt needs to be snug over the hips with no slack. Loose harnesses do not keep children in the correct position, and loose harnesses can cause injuries, and children can come out of their car seat during a crash. Where does the shoulder strap go? For booster seats, the shoulder strap goes over the collarbone and up the shoulders towards the ears. Incorrect placement can lead to injury or death. For using your booster seat, make sure the seatbelt is not twisted. Use the shoulder guide on high back boosters. Use the shoulder guide on no back boosters if needed. Use the lower anchors if available. If there are no lower anchors available, make sure that you buckle the booster seat in when it's not in use to prevent it from becoming a projectile. If it does have lower anchors, make sure they are right side up and use the top tether if directed by the manufacturer. Transitioning to the next step too soon. When children meet milestones, we get excited. especially if they meet them early. Car seat and booster seat safety is the opposite. We want our children to stay in each stage for as long as possible to keep them as safe as possible. Using an age and size appropriate car seat or booster seat can reduce serious and fatal injuries by up to 80%. Every step up is a step down in safety. Too soon. Regularly check your child's height and weight. When they reach the height limit, time for a different seat, not before. When they reach the weight limit, time for a different seat, not before. Do not transition before the height or weight limit is reached. They do not need to reach both. It's whichever one they reach first. The American Academy of Pediatrics, the Center for Disease Control, and the National Highway Transportation Safety Association all recommend staying in each stage until the height or weight limit is reached. The best seat fits your child's age, height, weight, and developmental level. It fits your vehicle, and it is the one that caregivers and parents can confidently and correctly use every time. Boosters include the no-back booster, high-back booster, all-in-one, 4-in-1, 3-in-1 car seats, as well as combination car seats. The high-back and no-back do not have any harness on them. The other car seats do. To safe in a booster seat, make sure that your child's ears are below the top of the headrest to prevent neck injuries. The shoulder belt needs to be positioned across the torso, centered on the collarbone, and is in the shoulder belt guide if available. The lap belt is low and flat across the child's hips, touching the top of the thighs. Their knees are bent comfortably over the edge of the booster seat to prevent slouching. This is how your child needs to be in a booster seat to ensure their safety and comfort. To move to an adult seatbelt. All children are safest seated in the back seat of any motor vehicle. To sit in the front seat, children should be at least 13 years old, unless the back seats are all taken by other children. Rear-facing car seats should never be put in front of an active airbag. And again, make sure to check your local laws. My child unbuckles during travel. Identify the root cause, their age, their developmental stage, sensory issues, special needs, or discomfort with the car seat itself. For children in 5-point harnesses, you can button up a shirt over their harness. For children in booster seats, consider going back to a 5-point harness. Some car seats are easier to unbuckle than others. If your child has special needs or sensory issues, you should talk to your occupational therapist. Understanding your child's needs and implementing these strategies can help you ensure a safer travel experience for your whole family. Seats are booster seats safe? Yes, if you know the history of the seat. It has not been in a crash and it's not recalled. It is not expired. It has no missing labels. And it has been cleaned to the manufacturer's guidelines. After a minor crash, follow the manufacturer's guidelines. After a moderate or severe crash, you need to replace your car seat or booster seat. The National Highway Transportation Safety Association has a guideline on which crashes are minor and which are not, or you can double check with the manufacturer. To dispose of any car seat or booster seat, you can recycle it, trade it in during participating stores' trade-in events, or you can throw it in the garbage. If you throw it in the garbage, you must cut all webbing and fabric, label the seat "Do Not Use" and "No Use Are." If possible, place the parts in different trash containers. These steps will help prevent endangering a child's life by reducing unattended use. Buses and trains are safer than personal vehicles in crashes. Fatality rates for car occupants are 23 times higher than for bus and train occupants in the US. Infants are safest when secured in a carrier or a baby-wearing device. If using the carrier, place it on the floor to prevent falls. Older children and toddlers are safest in their own seat, not your lap. From the start of Denver's Vision Zero in 2017 up until this recording, there have been 0 fatalities of bus or train occupants, compared to the over 300 personal vehicle occupant deaths in the same time. Kids and adults, put the coat on backwards over the harness or use blankets. Suit safe? No. A German experiment simulating 10-mile-an-hour rear-end crashes showed that the padding from winter clothing caused the lap belt to cut deep into the abdomen, resulting in serious injuries. This applies to adults and children. Avoid wearing coats or other bulky layers. Use 1 or 2 thin, warm layers instead. Cover your child with blankets or a backward coat. Bulky items can compress in a collision, causing injuries and fatalities. To do booster seat and seatbelt demonstrations. Sources, please pause the next slide. That you've taken the time to learn this life-saving information and hope that you share it with friends and family. Remember to wear your seatbelt, avoid distractions, and encourage safe driving practices. Thank you.